Cheating Masons, VAR at fault, always cheat it, never defeat it. It is the Celtic way. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, and we are here to look at the reaction from Celtic fans after their 2-0 defeat in the capital. Yes, what a great day it was in Edinburgh. Hearts completely demolishing Celtic once again, proving that they are the best team in Scotland right now. Yeah, they had two bad games against Rangers and Hibs, but never mind that. Today, they've defeated the champions. They played them off the park. They've won 2-0, and they've done it without the help of corrupt officials, despite what Celtic fans are going to say, and despite what Brendan Rodgers is going to say. Let's talk about Rodgers first before we look at any of the Celtic fan reaction. He's coming out acting like Brenda the bitch, claiming that VAR got it wrong, the officials got it wrong, the officials cost Celtic the game, not a penalty this, not a penalty that. Has this guy actually looked at the penalty charts? Obviously not. The whole penalty to Rangers meme is sort of become redundant because of how many Celtic have been getting. So yeah, Rodgers and the Celtic fans claiming that they were somehow cheated today because Hearts got a penalty that could have went either way. They're not even mentioning the fact that Celtic got one of the softest penalties. And if you look at the two penalties today, the Hearts one was definitely 100% more of a penalty than the Celtic one was. And then they'll talk about the red card. I mean, we've seen red cards for boots that aren't even as high as this. If you remember, earlier in the season, St Mirren got a man sent off for kicking Joe Hart in the face, and his boot didn't even go above mid-waist. It didn't even go above waist level. Yet Yang has his foot, 6 feet up in the air. He makes connection, studs right into Cochrane's dome, and apparently this is a terrible decision. No, it's a high boot, it's dangerous play, and I believe Yang was correctly sent off. But look, Celtic were shite today. Decisions, no decisions, they weren't good enough. So stop blaming officials, stop blaming everything but yourselves. You were shite, you beat Dundee, you thought you were back, but no, you took on a half-decent team today, and you ain't back. Your back's maybe against the wall and you may be backwards mentally, but in terms of being back as a great team, nah, that ain't happening, and that is done. Celtic haven't been great since Ange Postecoglou went down south. Enough about Rodgers. He is under pressure and he is going to deflect blame in any direction he possibly can. But let's see where these Celtic fans then are deflecting blame after the 2-0 defeat at Tynecastle. So we are on the official Celtic FC Twitter page. By the way, you can follow us on Twitter, guys, if you want, at Fog Football. It is fog_foot BA 49067. Shite username there, 100%. But we do have 67 at the end of the username, and that's when Celtic won the European Cup. So, yeah, maybe you'll get a kick out of that, and you might subscribe, you might follow us, but you might not. Anyway, let's see what's been said after the game. So let's go. We've got Matsky45. Let's all laugh at Celtic. I mean, the thing is, he could be a Hearts fan, could be a Rangers fan, or maybe it's just a guy that dislikes Celtic, who knows. Woody says, when are the club going to grow a pair and take the corrupt SFA to task over the match fixing we are subject to time and time again? Okay, so here we go. Match fixing. Where is the match fixing? Hearts got a penalty that was a 50-50, okay? It could have been given. Look at the positioning of Awata's arm, and it definitely hits him below the shirt line, okay? Is it a little bit harsh considering he's not looking at the ball? You could argue that, but to claim that somehow this was match fixing over that penalty is ridiculous. And then if we look at the Yang decision, that's a red card. Like I said, we've seen lesser high boots that weren't even high being given as red, so that had to be a red card. It was very high. He made contact with his head. It's dangerous play. I mean, it's a red card. It's harsh because he didn't mean it. You know, he's not trying to purposely injure anybody, but it's the rules. So the red card's a red card, and I think the penalty, if it's given, then you can't really complain due to the contact with the arm. But we've got Woody here claiming that there's some sort of match fixing. Tell me this. If the SFA have been match fixing, why have Celtic received 14 penalties and only conceded their first penalty today? Surely, if the SFA wanted to fix matches against Celtic, they'd be giving penalties against them every single game. Isn't that right? Wouldn't that be the case if they really wanted to fix it? It's a load of pish. When you think about it, if the SFA wanted to favour Celtic or Rangers, either team which would be getting favoured would be winning the league by like 20, 25, 30 points. If they wanted to fix it for you, they could easily do it. So, yeah, just bullshit here for Woody. But again, can't take any responsibility. Just weren't good enough today. Were played off the park by Hearts. They're a shite team. Likelihood is they ain't going to win the league. They're struggling since Ange left. But here, let's blame the officials. Let's blame VAR. Let's blame the Masons. Let's blame anybody but ourselves. That's the Celtic way. Keith Finn. Time to stand up to the SFA. Today's decisions were just blatant corruption. So here we go. I mean, the moral here of the story is that, you know, we weren't shite today. We weren't outplayed today. The better team didn't win today. The better team apparently was cheated today, and that is Celtic. They were cheated. They were the better team, but they weren't allowed to win because the SFA just would not allow it. Denied them a victory. Blah 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 blah. Load of shite. Aidan says Brenda out, unfortunately. I mean, I think you can make a case. Brendan Rodgers hasn't been good enough. There's, I think, 19 points now? I think this is what Celtic have dropped. Big chance to go top of the table today. Did not take it. And I think if Brendan Rodgers wasn't called Brendan Rodgers, there's a good chance he'd be gone right now. If he was coming in as a lesser name manager, if he didn't have the 7 trophies that he previously won at Celtic in the bank, would he still be in charge? Because the form has been abysmal. We've got Alfie West here saying Celtic have bottled it with a gif of a stickman taking shite. So, interesting. That pretty much sums up the performance today. Gaz says, lovely. Thomas Paneka, game over. A great day for Rangers. Seems to be a lot of Rangers fans here. Lots of Rangers fans. Nakanu Jr. Banter Bottling Club. Here we go. Mourinho. I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I am... I just don't get it. Why are we making it as if Celtic were robbed today? There was a couple of controversial decisions, but there was no robbery. I think the Hearts penalty could easily be given as a penalty, and Yang should have been sent off. And the penalty that Celtic got wasn't even... There was no contact. It was 50-50. That shouldn't have been a penalty. So, I mean, I just don't understand the corruption here. What else have we got? Referees suddenly becoming an issue. We've got big Chris Boyd here with a big cheesy grin on his face, smiling from ear to ear. Obviously, he's happy. Paul Welsh, genuinely embarrassing that Maida plays every game for Celtic. Guy has the technical ability of a Wardrobe. Well, at least he's faster than a Wardrobe. He's more mobile than a Wardrobe. But yeah, Wardrobes, last time I checked, aren't very good at FITBA. But you could probably stick one in nets and they'd maybe do a good job. Stephen Moore, if there is no cheating, then can someone explain why one was a red and the other one wasn't? Alright, I mean, you can argue that, but then, again, if you just look at the Celtic St Mirren one from earlier in the season, the St Mirren player gets sent off and his boot wasn't even nowhere near as high as this, so, I mean, it's not cheating. You can pinpoint any sort of incident. Anyone can do that. You can compare incidents where one decision was given and one wasn't. It doesn't mean that there's cheating going on. Bullshit claim. Got Connor Joyce, 10 men or not, you don't just become bad players. We're so soft all over the pitch, pulling out of tackles everywhere. No one looked up for it. It's now lucky they lost yesterday. Maida is the worst technical player I've ever seen. If he wasn't fast, he'd be working at McDonald's. Wouldn't mind the McDonald's. You think Maida could do delivery? You think he could do McDonald's McDelivery and he doesn't even need a car? He just runs to your address with your meal. I wonder if that's a possibility for Dyson Maida. Patrick Murphy, didn't think we wanted it enough, even with being down to 10. Shocking forward decisions. Taylor and Scales, shocking. Maida, useless at actual football. And us insisting on playing it out from the back. Nothing we didn't already know, of course. A big chance blown today. That pretty much sums it up. Tommy Boy, 79. Genuinely don't think we were bad. The red card took away our width, but thought Ida should have been subbed for a winger at that stage, but it's been a strange weekend. Still in our hands if we win the last 9 games. We have to play Kyogo and Ida together and drop Maida. Gash. We've got Neil. Beaton played a blinder with a wee a wee emoji here, or a gif, or I don't know, whatever it is. Far, or try to say he's in the orange order. I mean, I just don't see it. I do not see how Celtic were robbed today. They're making it as if it was like blatant fucking robbery, and that's not the case. They conceded a penalty for the first time this season, and they are crying their eyes out. I mean, they've shat the bed. One penalty conceded, and they want the entire Scottish football, shut down. They want it closed. They want it checked for corruption because they got a penalty against them. Boo-hoo. Imagine that. Conceding a penalty. Get over it. Every other team in the league's conceded a penalty. I mean, you've had enough penalties this season. It's about time he's conceded one. And yet, they're taking it so bad here. So, yeah, whatever. We got... He's dropped points in 28% of his league games. Oh, fuck, that comment's just away. Comment's disappeared on me. Right, we're back. He's dropped points in 20% of his league games this season. If anyone thinks this is acceptable as a Celtic manager, they are seriously kidding themselves. This is not true title-winning form. Kelly says it deactivate. So they want Celtic to deactivate. Now, I think Celtic already deactivated earlier on the pitch. Mark, it's a shame you lot lie down to us. James, thanks for coming, you bunch of weirdos. Let's all laugh at Celtic, why not? 11 points in front of 2 points behind, thumped by the Jam Tarts. Get the barriers ready. That league table looks pretty good though for Hearts. I mean, how close can we get to the Old Firm? We're 15 points behind Rangers. I wonder if we can keep it at 15 points. I'd love to close it, but we'll see what happens come the end of the season. Gary, Scottish Eagle. Well, the result today was mostly thanks to cheating Beaton. Again, so cheating Beaton. This is the same Beaton that awarded Celtic a penalty. But the guy's cheating, it's like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Celtic got one of the softest penalties that I've seen in a while. Chris Sutton even came out and said that he thought it was just at 50-50. There was nothing in it. It was just two players going for the ball. Sutton said the penalty was extremely harsh. Yet, Beaton decides to give the penalty to Celtic, yet somehow he's a cheat. Surely if Beaton was a cheat, then he wouldn't give Celtic anything. He wouldn't have gave that penalty. Surely for Beaton, if he was cheating to give Celtic a penalty, there would need to be murder or something in the box. But there was basically zero fucking contact, nothing in it between Cochrane and Yang, and Beaton gave a penalty to Celtic. So how's the guy cheating? It makes zero sense here, but whatever. The truth is, this team is broken. The football we play is mostly brutal. Passing is slack. Decision-making is mostly abysmal. Team has no urgency. There are no leaders in the team. At least it's not 5 points. That's actually true, to be honest. It could have been 5 points. Ed Boy, quite clearly, obviously cheating going on. I think they realised the first wasn't a pen and started giving Hearts everything. Cochrane, 3 fouls, no card. Just not a pen, not a red card, as there's no intent. Honestly, John Beaton needs sacked. So here we go. Ed Boy is admitting that the first penalty wasn't a penalty, yet Beaton gave it. So if he's cheating, why would he give it in the first place? He just wouldn't. He wouldn't need to give Hearts favourable decisions to make up for the penalty that he gave initially. If he was truly cheating, he wouldn't have gave that Celtic penalty. So, again, clutching at straws. Nicky Kirk, as far as I can tell, the only way forward now is getting this man in to do the job Rodgers is failing to do. What man is it? Fuck me. Big Laszlo. We're playing like we're 2-0 up. Abysmal. Celtic fans no happy here. Alfie West, top of the league, looking down on you. Peter, thought we were okay. Kyogo, Ida and O'Reilly, impressive today. Wow, standards must have dropped. This guy thinks that Kyogo, Ida and O'Reilly were impressive. Wow. 2-0 defeat, and he's seen 3 impressive players. I mean, Celtic didn't score any goals, yet he thought, the 2 attacking players and an attacking midfielder were great. Looking forward to today's Jane Lewis interview. Yeah, that would be good. Gotta have house music. No one who knows anything about football gives a red or a Hearts penalty in those situations. Poor rules that are spoiling the game, and VAR, get it binned for the good of the game. Alright, so Hearts players, that Hearts shouldn't have got the penalty, and it shouldn't have been a red card, but according to this guy, the Celtic penalty, that was fine. Even though there was nothing in it, that was absolutely fine. Nonsense. My boy says most football boards try to be proactive and make changes before a malaise set in. Rodgers should have been binned weeks ago, but it's not too late now. Take a bow, Celtic. You're going to let an average Sevco team win a treble. Kelly, and call out the blatant cheating. So again, it's just cheating here. That's all we've got. Outlaw Pete, the club should take a page out of that mob's book, doing something about Beaton. Yeah, so I mean, look, there's no need to read any more of this. It's just all Celtic fans fucking crying their eyes out because they think they were cheated, when in reality they were beaten by the better side today. So It really is that simple. They had a chance to go top, but they fucking blew it. That's their fault. It's not Hearts' fault. It's not Beaton's fault. It's nobody's fault but their own fault. And they've been shite all season, so honestly, this isn't a surprise. I thought Hearts would win the day. Hearts did win the day, and I'm delighted Hearts won the day. Get it right up, you Celtic. Anyway, that's it. I'll catch you later for the review show for the SPFL, but until next time, peace.